Good evening, Unplugged Friends. Today,
Woo!
we are going to talk about whispers when you're not alone. Do you run or do you record a TikTok? Depends. Does it get out of the way? Does it check your DMs? But either way, we're diving into the eerie world of urban legends and myths. So welcome tonight. We figured we might do this tonight. We have
I would
planned.
definitely run, for the record.
Some of them, yeah. Absolutely. So tonight we're not going to do whimsical whims because we are doing the top 10 scariest urban legends. So we are going to be doing that. I took 5. Connor took 5. We split it evenly. I took the odds. So we'll just go back and forth. It should end with Connor. But I will.
We each have a couple of videos. Not all of them have videos.
Yes.
But some of them do.
Yes. So. We couldn't find a couple of the videos for some things, which that's fine. There are some really creepy, I guess you want to say, images, people that have, did things, took pictures, whatever. With that being said, we can dive right into that. I can turn down my music then as well. So, actually, I'll just pause it for now. So, our first one we're getting into.
See, you're wearing your Snuggies.
I am. So wait, before we get into this, I'll flip back on the scary music. Connor bought me a hoodie snuggie.
I did. You showed it last
time. And it has. Oh yeah, I did. Well, I'm showing it again because I absolutely love this. So it's like ginormous pockets. It has a big giant pouch. So like it's super comfortable. It's super soft and it's getting chilly out. And I said, what better way to do this podcast with a snuggie? But
I know I need to buy me one, so
you do, or I'll buy you.
Y'all have any Amazon links? Send them to me.
Yeah, send some Connor. Send Connor some snuggie links. So let's dive into this. So our first one on our hit list is Mothman. And what better way to do it because I just moved to West Virginia. Okay, so the legend of Mothman dates back to 1966. It's in Point Pleasant, but he's been seen all over in, I believe, 4 different states, including Pennsylvania, which is where I'm from. But out towards Pittsburgh. So there was a couple sightings in Pittsburgh. There was a couple actually sightings in Ohio, Kentucky, and then there was multiple sightings in West Virginia. Just recently, when we were doing this and we were searching, there was a bunch of sightings this year, so they say. I don't know, but everybody should know about the Silver Bridge. He was apparently seen standing on the bridge. 46 people died from that. I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe. I guess there's a fine line. Do I believe stuff? Yes. But I believe they're demons, more or less. If that makes any sense to some people. I mean, Connor, your thoughts?
I can tell you here where I'm at in Ohio, it really isn't. People don't talk about it, so it might be like a southern like border thing. I think people believe in it, and people think that they see it flying, but there really isn't any hard evidence that supports that it's real. So I think people, it's just a myth that people believe, and it became something. So
I
that's my
mean,
thought.
yeah, I have to agree. I mean, in my beliefs and my views, I just think all these things that we are going through are demons. But people created them into urban legends and tales and so on and so forth that
Yeah.
date back to, you know, way before us. But Mothman is supposedly the harbor of disaster. In theory, um, anytime something bad happens, apparently he's been seen or what have you. I actually have a clip um here. Everybody knows who these people are who I'm about to play. So we're just gonna get, oh, my screen's not showing. I just realized that. Why is it not showing?
Well, this should be unprepared whispered warnings again.
I
I think it should be
know. Here we
you
go.
should be unprepared every.
It should. Okay. But everybody should know who these people are.
It's a story that begins in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, November 1966. That's when two young couples driving home after a double date reported seeing a menacing winged humanoid creature on the edge of town. They said it had glowing red eyes and it attacked them from the air, scratching the roof of their car as they tried to escape. Mothman sightings around Point Pleasant continued for the next year, culminating with the creature being reported on Point Pleasant's Silver Bridge shortly before it collapsed on December 15, 1967. 46 people died, and many blamed Mothman. According to reports, he was spotted in Ohio in 1975, twice in 1981 in Pennsylvania. He was reportedly seen in Kentucky in 1986, then 3 more times in 1994 back in West Virginia. After that, things were relatively quiet, until now. Over the last 2 years, there have been 87 sightings of Mothman in and around Chicago. And in the Point Pleasant area, in the last 3 months alone, there have been nearly a dozen sightings.
Our first stop is a meeting with local eyewitness Johnny, who says he recently spotted what he believes was the Mothman. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Hey. Oh, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Meet you.
Well, thanks for meeting with us. I really want to hear your story. We've talked to a few people in Chicago and a couple folks here, and they all have similar stories, but they also kind of have different takes on what it might be. So I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know really what I saw. I don't want to be one of those people just be like, hey, I, saw Mothman.
I think that's what we've been hearing from everybody, where they saw something, they don't know what it was, and Mothman, the story began in this area, so we thought it'd be worth hearing you out.
And we're just kind of doing some research, so anything that you can share about your experience at all would be great.
So basically, I was over there fishing right on that corner, and as I was sitting there, I was actually looking at that bridge, just kind of spacing until, I had the bobber move. And basically what I had saw was a figure jump down, and honestly, I thought someone was just committing suicide. But then I saw it swoop up and just fly away, and I was just thinking maybe it's an eagle or a hawk. And then when I kind of came home and told my friends about it, it just seemed kind of, I don't know, kind of strange. They're like, well, that's the bridge that, Mothman. It was the original bridge was right next to it, but that was the bridge that Mothman was actually first seen.
How big was the figure? Could you tell from where you were sitting?
Yeah, so I know more about fish than birds, but it looked about 7 or 8 feet long in the wingspan.
Did you notice anything after it had swooped? Did it start flapping? Which direction did it go in?
It started flying over and out that way towards the woods, but I mean, honestly, it was kind of dark. I still don't know really what I saw.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Point Pleasant is the epicenter of Mothman mythology. While thousands come from all over the world for the annual Mothman Festival,
This is
many
huge,
locals see
actually,
the
down in West
creature as a
Virginia.
genuine threat. And that's why they're obsessed with Mothman. And I do mean obsessed.
I wouldn't mind
Jeff
going to
Walmsley
that.
is a
to
researcher
check it
who has
out.
spent decades gathering
to look at
evidence
it?
about
Yeah.
the Mothman phenomenon.
Yeah.
These are probably some of the rarest archives we have in the museum. These are the handwritten police reports of those original 4 witnesses. After they saw this thing, they went immediately to the sheriff's department.
We're trying to wrap our heads around that first incident and how it connects to all the other ones, even in Chicago.
So can you break down the events of that evening for us?
Sure. In November 15th, 1966, you had the 2 young couples. They were just riding around.
They were driving along a road that bordered the southern edge of the West Virginia Ordnance Works, a former TNT plant on the outskirts of town. That's where they encountered what they thought was a man. But as they drove closer, they saw its 10-foot wingspan and glowing red eyes.
We are Vegas, baby.
Yay!
Stardust Casino.
Ad.
From the neon glow of the Strip to one of North America's.
Suddenly, it took off, flying over the top of the car. Terrified, the driver tried to outrun the creature, but even at 75 miles an hour, he couldn't shake the talons.
This right here makes me think of Jeepers Creepers. Seriously.
That were clawing at the top of the car.
Once they got to the city limits, it veered off into a field. That was the first official local sighting here. Minutes after they came into town, they were scared enough to go to the police department. They didn't want to, but they did.
Did they sequester them all in different rooms to get
Yes, they did.
Got it.
I have 3 of those 4 people's original reports right here.
I saw, this big bird-looking thing go over top of my car.
I could see it wasn't a man, that it looked more like a bird's. Instead of arms, they were like wings.
I had a huge wingspan on it. It was at least 10 feet.
I was paralyzed.
Really?
I just thought, well, I'm going to die.
And how long did that activity, as far as the sightings, go on for before the Silver Bridge collapsed?
13 months to the day that original sighting. It's the worst bridge disaster in U.S. history.
Wow.
46 people perished.
Probably not now
I've
since
talked
Maryland.
to people who said they saw, a creature or a bird on top of the bridge.
It has long been rumored that Mothman was sighted atop the Silver Bridge before it collapsed and killed 46 people. This event cemented Mothman's sinister reputation. Where he appears, tragedy follows. People claim that Mothman popped up before the Chernobyl disaster in 1986 and in Mexico during the swine flu epidemic of 2009. And many say he's often trailed by other mysterious figures. Over the years, there have been dozens of credible witnesses who describe seeing a winged human-like figure either coming out of or disappearing into this area. And those sightings continue to this day. Retired Air Force veteran and military police officer Dave Spinks has investigated the Mothman phenomenon for more than 2 decades. He has a unique theory about what these people are seeing.
So it looks like an abandoned city.
It's pretty much what it was. You are standing in the heart of the West Virginia Ordnance Works here
Welcome
in
in,
Point Pleasant,
guys.
West Virginia.
So when you say ordnance, you mean...
Hello.
Yes, exactly.
This eerie tract of land just outside of Point Pleasant was an 8,000-acre facility that manufactured TNT during World War II and stored it in 100 concrete bunkers. But rumors have swirled for decades that there was more going on here than the military was admitting.
And they actually
I feel like this was like another Area 51. Honestly, if you do your digging, it's weird.
manufactured the explosives for the atomic bomb here.
Wow.
What's your personal take on the Mothman sightings in this area?
I believe it could be some type of military clandestine project.
Though a military Mothman might sound like science fiction, it's a fact that during the Cold War, the United States funded a number of highly unusual top-secret programs, many with animals. Project Pigeon deployed bombs, with pigeons acting as guidance mechanisms, and Project Acoustic Kitty intended to use cats to spy on the Kremlin.
Kitty.
The Bat Bomb was a plan to use bats to deliver explosive devices into enemy cities. Some have suggested Mothman is actually the biological product of similar top-secret experiments, a genetically modified bird, or perhaps even a human. It's a wild theory, but what can't be ignored is that people have been seeing something lurking in these woods.
See, I just find that really weird, creepy. Considering what they said. Just me.
Well,
Just
you
me.
see, back in the day, they
Make
did
sure you
all
got your
types of
snacks.
experience.
I got all kinds of snacks for this tonight. Those of you
They
coming
did.
in, we are not doing whimsical whims tonight because we have 10 urban legends that are the top scariest. I am doing, this is the first one. Connor is doing evens, so Connor will end last. I just went first. But welcome all that's coming in. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Connor. What were you saying?
Oh no, you're okay. I said, back in the day, they did all types of experiments with animals,
They
even
still
human
do.
experiments.
They
Yeah.
still do. They're still doing this.
So,
It's nuts.
so who knows what type of strange experiments that they're doing out there now? Just will never know.
Yeah. Put in the comments if you know something that we don't know. Connor, you're up next. On the hit.
Okay. So up next is the Pope-Lick Monster. It's out of Louisville, Kentucky. Who done? Let me adjust this.
Okay. We're letting you adjust it.
Can you see that? You can't see that. Why
I can't see anything.
that? There we go. It's just going to show myself twice. That's weird. I don't care. I don't care.
He said it's just going to show me twice.
Whatever. I hate OBS for the record, just so everyone knows. Anyhow, the Pope-Lick Monster is a local legend in Louisville, Kentucky. It's been the same tale for 20 years. You guys. According to the legend, the monster may take the form of a creature that is a half man and half goat.
Okay.
Or a hybrid, and it's also headless.
What?
The area that he hunts is called the Pope-Lick Trestle.
Okay.
Which is train tracks, I believe. From what I read in some other articles, a man laid on the railroad tracks and died that way. So people, I'm not sure exactly what happened. But
so what, they think his body and everything else was...
I think he was into devil worshipping.
I mean, that's a thing.
That
Let's talk
type
about
of
that.
thing.
We're coming up on Halloween, which is a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
That's wild. Is there any videos or photos?
I tried to look for some videos. I didn't really see.
Nothing.
People think that they see this guy, but a lot of the other videos I saw were, a shadow running across the tracks. Or I don't think that this is necessarily true, but I mean, I would be scared to death if I'm out there and I see something move and it, has 4 legs. I mean, wouldn't you? I'm sure that there's deer and other animals.
So wait, it has a body, and then, like, does it have a torso, and then the body has, like, 4 legs or 2?
Half man and, I'm sorry.
You said half goat.
This says that he may take the form of a creature that has half man and half goat, or half man and half sheep. or a mixture of the four.
But that's why I'm asking. Like, does it have 2 legs, 4 legs? Like,
Sarah,
I'm just asking. You said 4.
if it's half man, half goat, how
There
many
should be
legs does a
2.
goat have?
4. But if you're standing upright,
So
that's
what
why
do
I'm
you think he
asking.
has the head
I
of
don't.
if he has the head of a goat and the body of a man, it's going to be 2. That's going to look weird.
Yeah.
Think of a centaur.
It's still gonna look.
You know what a centaur
yes,
looks
I
like.
do.
That's how I'm picturing this.
Okay.
I don't think that this is true, but there's this local news article here.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, you should be. Oh, you guys haven't been able to see it. I'm confused.
Connor screwing up.
I told you I hate this.
I know.
I don't know. Oh, I think I know what to do. Hold on.
Connor
Okay.
hates me, but I love Connor.
Is it me that you're looking for?
Nope. There you go. Now I can see it.
Okay. So it might be a little hard to see. I can kind of zoom in here.
Oh, woo, buddy. Woo. Where's the photo?
So this was a newspaper clipping. It says, there's the Poplick monster, the half man, half goat, or half man, half goat, or half man, half sheep, or headless man, or something that inhabits the woods beneath the rusty railroad trestle towering above South Pope Lake Road near Taylorsville Road. I have no idea where this is. So
Is it like
somebody wants to Google it.
I don't know. Pan. Pan is in what, Tanya? I don't. Pan.
This guy said, I lived there for 40 years and never did see it. He never could convince the kids of that, though. So I think this is kind of like made up.
Oh wait.
So,
Tanya, are you talking about like the god, the Greek god? That would make sense. Now I know who she's talking about. Here, I'll share my screen.
but that's all I have for the Poplick monster. I had never heard of this until we made a top 10 list. So.
She's talking about this. Pretty sure she's talking about this. Pan.
Pan?
Mm-hmm.
Pan?
Pan.
Pan?
Mm-hmm. Pan.
Pan.
Mm-hmm.
Pan?
But anyway. My turn. So we did Mothman. This is so weird. So my next one is
I'm closing these as I go too.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so mine is the Goat Man of Maryland. So, the legend has it, the creature is most active around Bowie and other areas of the Prince George County areas. It's described as half man, half goat monster. Often said it's wielding an axe. I don't know. Oh, okay. So you're talking about that. Okay, so now I know. So I was correct, Tanya. The popularity really started in the 1970s. Or, excuse me, the 70s, fueled by newspaper reports. 1971, the university did a folklore project, I guess, on it. I'm not sure. There's really not too much on this either. besides like creepy, I guess there's a lot of creepy photos that I've found. Um, but they said its origin stories involved a failed experiment at the Beltsville Agriculture Research Center that mutated a scientist into a creature or its
See, here we
vengeful
go with
hermit.
these. Here we go with these experiments.
Yep. I'm telling you, people, listen. So since we're on the subject of experiments right now, we are not God, and I do not understand why humans have to be so curious and have to poke around and and try and do all this stuff. Like I can't stand that. Really, Connor? Connor usually gets me with that. Like he gets me with the knock. Here, do the knock one.
I got some others. I'm just waiting for the right time.
Yeah, that one. I can't tell you how many times I've literally said, "Hold on."
Who's there?
Who's there? Connor's like, "It was me, you dummy." Because it sounds so real in your ears. But anyway, we should not be doing some of this stuff. Like, I feel like this is where a lot of things come about. For instance, the pandemic. That virus was already here. This is a whole touchy subject, but since we're on mutilated, that was only found in certain animals, and then
You mean mutated?
we mutated it like dummies. Why? Why? That's a whole nother subject. We won't get into it. But it all has to do with researching and doing all these unethical experiments. And this is how I feel about it. But it's also associated with Fletchertown Road and Crybaby Bridge in Bowie. I think I've been around the bridge when I've been down in Bowie area, but
do you remember the story of that though?
What? The
Crybaby Ridge?
Not off the top of my head. I can click on it though.
It was a bus that got caught on the train tracks, and there was kids that couldn't get out, and the train hit them.
Oh.
So if you or something happened with a bus. I think there was a train near there. Anyhow, if you take your car and you put it in neutral in front of the bridge.
Oh, and
handprints are
supposed to see handprints. Yeah. There's a place over here near me. Well, in Pennsylvania, I should say. Over in York, it's a hill where a bus went off and wrecked. And they say if you put baby powder on your hood and put your car in neutral, you'll start going up the hill. So Crybaby Bridge is an urban legend with numerous versions across the states, not in one specific location. So I guess it's only where stuff like this happened. The stories typically involve the death of a baby near a bridge, or often attributed to a distraught mother, claims that heard infant crying. So there's so many things. Because there's one in Kentucky. Here's one in South Carolina. Illinois. There's one near you. I don't know if you know where Rogue Hollow, Ohio is, or how close it is to you, Connor. But there's that.
I can look.
These are the photos that have come about with this stuff. To say the least, this stuff is very disturbing to me, especially this one. I'm sorry, like, I get a lot of...
Rogue Hollow is about 2 hours from me.
Okay. I get a lot of this stuff is... I don't know how you really want to portray some of this stuff. It's creepy. It's creepy. It makes me heebie-jeebies, and... Like, no, because just... This, to me, is demons at play. At its finest.
Demons.
At its finest. So this is what I got on the Goatman of Maryland. There wasn't too much. I've tried to find videos There wasn't much. I mean, just some of this stuff is just really creepy. I mean, obviously, here's somebody that's doing a cosplay. Excuse me, but I mean, it's just no. It creeps me out, to say the least. But Connor's up.
I got the best one.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers.
Oh, you got it already, right?
So most of us should know what a skinwalker is. There's the Skinwalker Ranch in the Navajo Desert.
Yep.
Everyone should know about that. They're usually shapeshifters. Let me. I really need to figure out my OBS. It's just horrible. Okay. So they can appear in either of these forms. They can change into a human, they can change into an animal. They're often pretty naked. Usually don't have anything. It's kind of like they're all skin. So they're pretty popular with UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Skinwalker Ranch. A lot of them are seen up in these hills or crossing.
A lot of the Indians believe that the sacred land.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
I honestly, there's been more videos and sightings of skinwalkers than I think anything
else. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
when it has to do with the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the Native Americans, especially their land.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they believe, if I remember correctly and remember talking to, he was a substitute teacher, but he was Native American. They believe they are demons, and you are not to pull over for anything. You are supposed to keep going. It doesn't matter if that thing is chasing you or anything. But a lot of the accounts for him and or his clan, he was saying, they would find along roads that you would travel, like not a lot of travel, very sparse people would go on it, and it was usually coming home or you were leaving. But they would they'd look like a person, and then all of a sudden they'd shapeshift and they'd be taken off after. Like, it's just creepy. Like, I'm just getting goosebumps just talking about it. Like
You got to remember, they also had
me.
medicine. They had medicine man and shamans too.
Yes.
They put curses on people. They cursed certain things.
Yeah.
You move a rock that that they touched.
Yep.
I do have a video.
Oh, do you?
do.
Where's it from? Oh, I know exactly which one
it's in Russia.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep. There's no sound. Is there no sound with it? Do you have the sound on?
Yeah. Can you hear it now?
No. Like, I'm getting prepared to jump because I know which movie. Or, excuse me, video it
How
is.
about now?
No. Is it on your screen?
Yes.
Or not your screen, but your OBS.
Sarah, I thought we had this fixed.
That's on you. I don't know what you did. Go into your properties.
How about now?
Nope.
No? Ugh.
Do you have it?
Stupid.
Is it on in OBS?
I never touched anything.
Make sure it's there, because I didn't realize my mic wasn't hooked.
Hold on. Audio output capture.
It should just be able to catch your source for your screen. Technical difficulties on Connor's end.
Okay, can you hear that now?
No.
No. I don't know what to do then.
It should say capture
Properties.
audio. Yeah, capture audio beta. All three of those clicked?
Yeah,
For your window?
it's checked. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Okay, now do you hear it?
No.
No?
Do you want to send me the video and I'll play it?
I don't understand. I don't understand. Nothing?
No, play it from the other screen that's behind that.
I did. I don't know why I have to. See, we need to do something else because this is horrible.
Send me the link.
Y'all can see my Discord right now.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Where's the video? Down further? You didn't send me the video. You just sent me this. Where's the video?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Connor worked today, so we gotta give him some slack.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I haven't felt good all day, so I sent you the wrong thing.
I know this.
There you go.
Thank you. I am not a robot. I have to make sure that I know where all the buses are at.
Sorry.
Crosswalk. This is so stupid. Okay. Can we see this?
Make sure you expand the video because
Yes,
it's hard
I
to
will.
see.
Okay. Can we all see? Okay. Good? Good. Ready? Ready.
А здесь вот, смотри, опять ездили тут на снегоходе. Охотники, браконьеры. Нет, местные, наверное. Местные, коров искали. Даже, бля, в городе снегоходов-то раз я общался. Это местные, наверное. Сейчас надо приехать, баньку сегодня затопим или завтра. Не знаю. Сейчас, блядь, полчаса пока ехать будем, пока тень дождя светит. Уже, блядь. О, лось, 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 лось.
Nope.
Стой, блядь. Лось, лось, лось. Лось, нахуй, блядь, медведь, нахуй. Нифига. Стой, 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 стой. Тихо, 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 тихо. Поехали, поехали, нафиг он нужен, блядь. Какой это лось, ты видел, как бежит? У тебя как фонарик? Поехали, поехали, потом. Она что, фонарик? Стой, стой, стой. О, смотри, вот такие. Две ноги.
First of all, why would you stop?
Лосины? Какие лосины? Ты видел, он на двух ногах бежал?
Like, why would you stop? So we'll just go back. Just.
Yeah, you really have to look close as soon as they start to slow down.
Поехали, поехали, потом. Стой, стой. Вот, какой это лось, ты видел, как бежит? Тихо, 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 тихо. Поехали, поехали. Какой лось нахуй, блядь, медведь нахуй. О, лось, лось.
Right here.
Лось, лось.
Oh, and I clicked on it again. But it slowly starts to change.
Лось, лось, лось.
Like, no.
Лось нахуй, блядь, медведь нахуй. Нифига.
No.
Стой, 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 стой.
Like, one. Who would be walking in snow like that? I don't know. I wouldn't. I definitely not. No way. Absolutely not. I don't like snow. Too cold. But this was over in Russia. So. I'm surprised you didn't find any other ones. They're really big down towards
Well, that
like
was
Arizona and stuff like that.
I remember seeing that, but there's a Netflix documentary on the Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
And,
creepy.
Whatchamacallem, Zach Bagans and his crew went out there and also did their TV show out there.
Yep. Like they found mutilated animals out there. Like it's just disgusting. No. Okay, so I have what are we doing? Okay, so the next one is the Jersey Devil. So So I actually talked to my mom about this because she's from New Jersey. She remembers hearing about this lore growing up as a kid. She said something about it was over near Cad something Park. She remembers it was seen there, and that wasn't too far from her. And she grew up in Trenton, like downtown Trenton, like a block away from the riots in the '60s. So I know she was near the waterfront, the lake, and stuff like that. But anyway, so according to this, the Jersey Devil is a folklore of a winged horse or goat-headed monster. So they have no idea, and this is the part where I feel like, I mean, people change their story. I guess it's all on what they see. I get it, but I mean, it is what it is.
I think this is one of those things where somebody thinks that they saw something and it kind of just turned, kind of like the Mothman, just kind of turned into this big thing.
But there's not too many videos on this either. There's more pictures and stuff. I can play this then, but I don't think there's too much on it. But that was from 2004, but it's just like this. So I kind of don't want to. But the legend says that it was a cursed 13th child, and we all know 13, isn't a very good number, so on and so forth. But anyway, it was Mother Leeds in 1735 who was in frustration, wished the baby would be a devil, and upon birth, it transformed into a monstrous creature, killed everybody in the room, and then flew into Pine Barrens. How true this is, I mean, listen, demons and devils, like, the devil and demons are real. Like, I wholeheartedly. But, They say she said, "Lord, let this let this one be a devil." Like that's just why would you wish your child for one to be evil? Like I don't understand that, and I don't.
I mean,
But
if you're
anyway,
atheist, I get it.
yeah, but that atheist is where you don't believe in.
But most atheists tend to lean towards satanic things.
But you can't have one without the other. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But anyway, so there wasn't too many on this, but this is what I found. I will play this. It's only a 2 minute and 30-second video.
Many years ago, deep in the forests of the Pinelands, lived the Leeds family. Mother Leeds, already mother to 12, was preparing for the arrival of her 13th child. In a moment of exasperation, she shouted, "Let this one be the devil." On a dark and stormy night, the child entered the world. It seemed normal at first, but then its flesh melted away to reveal leathery bat wings, the head of a beast, and a forked tail. It attacked everyone in the birthing room before flying up the chimney and disappearing into the night. Ever since that day, the surrounding acreage known as the Pine Barrens has been said to house the most famous of all New Jersey residents, the Jersey Devil. There's plenty of explanations as to what prompted this mainstay of Jersey folklore. Perhaps it's just an unusually large heron. Maybe a mutant sandhill crane. Or maybe it's the manifestation of a colonial vendetta. Let's go back to 1687, when a Mr. Daniel Leeds decided to begin publishing an almanac. His Quaker neighbors weren't the biggest fan of his product, labeling him a heretic. He then sided with the English monarchy, further aggravating his New Jersey neighbors. Fast forward to 1733. Daniel's son Titan was overseeing the Leeds Almanac, and a young Benjamin Franklin started Poor Richard's Almanac. The first issue predicted the death of Titan Leeds, an event that wouldn't actually take place for several more years, and a statement that Titan Leeds did not find amusing. This publicity stunt sparked a series of barbs that were traded by both sides for years, well after Titan's passing. Ultimately, the Leeds Almanac fell into obscurity, along with the stories surrounding it. So, what is the Jersey Devil? Is it a bird? Is it the product of a cruel joke? Or is it really still out there, lurking in the pines?
So that's that. That's what I found on that. That's pretty much it. I didn't really find any photos on it. Nothing, because nobody's ever gotten a picture. Nothing except for what, you seen here. Like, they can't even. Well, here's this. But what is that? Like, what is that? Like, that in itself is weird, creepy. It looks like somebody just plopped. That's messed up. um, like, who does this? Like, that. I don't know. It just, and like, this is just weird in general too. But I mean, that's totally whatever you want to call it. But there's no photos on it, so that's mine. I guess it's more accounts of like recollection or how do I want to put that? It's like more, is it recollection or recollection? Recollection? Talking? Yes, no? Am I saying that right?
Recollection?
Yeah, but am I like, it's more or less like people talking about it, correct? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I have. Anyway, go ahead. Connor's up next.
So I have the melon heads. I've kind of heard of these before. I'm pretty sure these are based out of Ohio.
Yeah, melon heads. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, according to the local lore, the federal government commissioned Crow shortly after World War II to treat children who suffered from a rare condition known as hydrocephalus.
What is that?
Okay,
Hydrocephalus?
so medical term, it's when you have water in your brain. Hydro is water, cephalus has to do with your brain. It causes large pockets of water within the brain.
I have a lot of air up there.
So this guy named Crow ran a small institution of sorts for these children, and he donated all of his services and even his home. He let the children stay in his home.
Oh, okay.
He sent the children purposely in the middle of the night to his house, thinking he was doing a good favor and a great deed to society.
That he was sending these kids to his house?
Yeah, in the middle of the night, like, so they had a place to stay.
Oh, okay. Oh, when they were.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Or it says the government sent him the children in the middle of the night, thinking he was doing good for the children. So one version says that he devoted his life to helping the children who were ostracized from the community due to the size of their heads. And I mean, their heads were like
huge.
Yeah, you place a balloon on top of your head, you basically have a melon head.
Oh, okay.
He took mercy on the children, and he allowed them to live in the woods so that they wouldn't be seen by, the general public. He also studied them and searched for a cure.
He let these kids go out. So what was their mentality?
I mean, I would assume that they had mental problems. You have water up there. That's going to mess with parts of your brain.
So did they kill anybody?
It says that he did perform medical experiments on them.
Go figure.
This says that they had malformed bodies.
So not only did they have funky brains or head, they had other deformations.
So they had tiny bodies and a big head, and they were the size of a child. They didn't grow larger than that.
Okay.
So one legend says that the guy that cared for these people died of natural causes. Another legend says that the children killed him, burned the orphanage, and then left and split out into the forest. It says that they reproduced. Not sure how that would work, but hey,
hey, I have
and it
questions
says
on
that.
How?
So this says Crow was married to a kindly woman who was loved by all of the children. One night, him and his wife were arguing, and she was killed, either intentionally or by accident.
By him?
It says that she fell against a cabinet and it hit her head. Whether you believe that or not, anyhow, the children became enraged, and they blamed the doctor for killing her. So they killed him and burned down the orphanage.
Oh.
That's how the legend goes.
I mean, yeah, I can see that.
But there's all types of different things. It does say that the melonheads are associated with Wisner Road, up by Crybaby Bridge here in Ohio.
Oh, okay. Oh, another crybaby. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's really the story. I did send you a video that kind of shows what they kind of. It's like a short TikTok video. That's really all I could find. There was a lot of fake stuff that people have created.
Let's see if it actually. Hold on. I don't think I can expand this, but
Heads inhabit wooded areas in Connecticut. In American folklore, there are tales of small creatures with oversized heads that live near heavily wooded roads on the outskirts of Connecticut towns. These beings are known as melonheads, and the road they supposedly inhabit are referred to as melonhead roads. Melonheads are often offered as explanation for hikers or runaway teens who disappear in the area. One theory suggests they came from a family exiled into the wilderness after accusations of witchcraft. Their heads mutated after centuries of inbreeding. Another theory is they escaped a mental institution in the 60s and turned to cannibalism, which caused their heads to swell. Whatever their origins, it may be worth avoiding any roads in Connecticut known as melonhead roads. The small human...
All right, so this in general... Come on, that's just creepy. And let's face it, there are, like... I don't even want to say... But inbreeding is the thing. And sometimes kids look like this. There's so many different
and it's pretty common in the Midwest.
Yeah, apparently it's very common down south too. From what I'm told. I don't know. I do not know. That I do not know. But
I think more so up where we are. Ohio, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Tennessee.
Oh, you mean like inbreeding?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some places here in PA. But anyway. Mine, a lot of people know this, is the Vanishing Hitchhiker. So, with that being said, there's so many, and it's all over. It's about, people driving late at night, and they pick up a passenger, and then all of a sudden, like, they disappear. There's counts of cab drivers picking up, and it's always a woman. They pick up a woman, and then just before the ride is over, and before she has to pay, all of a sudden she's gone. She's just gone. I know a lot of people say it's usually, people who died on the road. For instance, here's a really good one. Supernatural had an episode about a girl or a woman that haunted a road. Was killing people. Didn't even know, like, there you have it. Like, it's just weird. I actually have a video. And I remember this, and as soon as I was thinking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I remember watching this video when I was like 18 years old. And I actually found it. So I'm going to play it. It's about the ghost girl. So mind you, this video was recorded when cell phones were like flip phones, or like, if anybody remembers the Sidekick. This video. It's very
Eu nunca lá fui. Mas indicaram-me. Tenho um croquis mental.
Um croquis mental.
Mental. Olha, adorei saber que tens um croquis mental. Estou seguro de ver.
Pá, sabe, não estás a duvidar da minha capacidade mental, não?
Epá, não é que só não me apetece andar por aí a deambular por Sintra, porque...
Não, é pá, já está-se.
Fast forward
Eu sou artista, eu sou motorista. Tu
Não és artista, tu.
That dude's
És
driving
poucas.
scares me.
És
I
pouco
know.
artista, tu.
O que é isto, meu?
Caramba, pá!
Árvores mortas, isto é um bocado sinistro.
Sintra, meu, já te disse, meu, isto não é fácil.
Olha, vamos a... se desligasse a câmara e se tivesse contenção ao caminho, não estou para estar a noite
Sim,
toda
olha,
nisto.
isso também dava jeito. Desculpa lá.
Mas também é giro, estavas a ver a separação.
Sinatra do caralho!
Foda-se, olha, estou a fazer manobra como deve ser, meu.
Vai, não deixes cabo do carro de produção, porque senão... Veja o que é que te acontece.
Vai lá, se visse aí atrás...
Porra, meu.
Onde é que estás a...
Isto é tão...
Estou farta de andar de carro. Esta merda parece tudo igual. Estou farta de ver a mesma estrada. Estou a enjoar.
Cuida lá um truque.
Ah, pronto. Olha, para.
Eu ainda vejo em foi vermelho, mas tu não, mas digo-te já.
Consegues ver? Pá, deixa-me deixar conduzir a fazer e para vermelho.
Qual de duas câmaras dos olhos?
Para o próximo filme.
Não, pois, quer dizer, mas isso depois tu treinas sozinho, estás a ver? Já vais ver que estamos quase a chegar.
Já disseste isso há não sei quanto tempo durar.
São 20 km, mas 20 km na serra não são... Não é uma coisa que a linha reta, não é?
Não é estas casas aqui.
Vê lá essa placa.
As casas, mas esta merda está completamente desabitada.
Calma.
Não, vai em frente. Sem dúvida nenhuma.
Olha, tu não gostas comigo, David?
Não, ok. Ficas aí, tu está a avisar. O que é que pode acontecer? Olha, gota já há pouca. O máximo que pode acontecer...
The camera really screws with me.
Meter que é bom, não tens de voltar para Sintra, meu. Isto é melhor não falharmos mais, meu, porque se falharmos mais, meu, eu não sei.
Pá, se calhar desligavas a câmara e estavas com mais atenção.
Foda-se, não é lindo.
Vai.
Não é lindo tu depois vês esta merda, meu. Não, mas está ali alguém, meu.
Olha a minha vizinha, meu.
Tua vizinha?
Estou a gozar. Pá, se calhar não parar, ela está aqui sozinha.
Here's the ghost hitchhiker.
Ela está aqui sozinha, não...
O que é que eu tenho a ver com isso?
Para, deixa vir, sabes lá que... Pode ser jeitosa. Não sei porque... Deixa andar.
Boa noite.
Olá.
Boa noite.
Para onde é que vai?
Onde é que vais?
Está bem, pode vir? O carro é teu?
Não há problema nenhum.
Siga. Então, estás bem?
Sintra.
Eu fico já ali à frente.
Ok. Vamos.
Então vai.
Então, o que estás aqui a fazer estas horas, pá? O que estás aqui a fazer estas horas?
I'm going there ahead.
Ela pode ficar um bocado incomodada com a câmara ou aqui.
Está melhor desligar esta merda.
Então, mas aconteceu alguma coisa? Como é que te chamas? Não sei nem se é o teu nome.
Teresa.
Aconteceu alguma coisa lá atrás? Estás com essa merda ligada outra vez, não estás?
Pá, David.
Desliga lá isso.
Mas tens a certeza que estás bem? Não queres beber nada? Há ali água? Há ali água, queres beber alguma coisa? Está tudo bem?
Sim, quero ficar a estudar isso.
Estou a tentar perceber o que é que se passa. Tem razão.
Diz-me lá o que é que queres que eu veja? É assim, então...
O quê? Estão a ver ali?
Sim.
Ali ao fundo? Foi ali que eu tive um acidente e morri.
Like, this is so weird. So the couple up front died. And the guy that was recording lived. Um, I got goosebumps. I remember watching that, and I don't know how many times I watched it to like try and debunk it, and there was absolutely no way to debunk that. Like cameras back then sucked. Let's face it, that was 2009. Cameras
Emo
sucked.
days.
Huh?
Emo days.
I know, emo days. Emo and scene days, but seriously, yeah, like that's just so weird. I don't know if they ever. Yeah, right here. She suffered an accident in the same spot. That's weird. Creepy, weird, all of it, all of the above. So there's that. And they're not just in one spot, but like I said, yeah. Anyway, it's Connor's turn. Now that I have chilies.
So I've been waiting for this. I have the Watcher. I remember this being on the news. This is also out of New Jersey. Yeah. So, in June of 2014, this couple bought a 6-bedroom house. Giant house. Yeah, it was on 657 Boulevard Road in West Virginia, Westfield, New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay. They bought it for $1.3 million.
Dang, that's cheap.
So you can imagine how big of a house that is.
Yeah, look at it now.
So after they moved in, shortly after closing on the house, but before moving in, they started receiving anonymous typewritten letters.
Okay.
The letter writer said that his or her family had been watching the house for generations, and they revealed knowledge of the couple's 3 young children. And they referred to them.
The people that moved in their kids?
Yes, their kids, yes.
Okay.
This anonymous person referred to them in the letters as new blood. And they also knew the layout of the house and what renovations had been done.
So they were in the house?
No. So I have a list of all of the letters that this guy wrote.
Mm-hmm.
The first
My
letter...
window is open behind me, and I just feel creeped out.
The first letter, the Watcher introduced himself. He started with, "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard. Allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood. How did you end up here? Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched...
Sorry.
My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard? Why are you here? I will find out."
That was the letter?
That was the letter they received.
No.
He only labeled himself as the Watcher. No return address, nothing.
Probably dropped it off. Anyway.
So the second letter, he ended up revealing his identity as the Watcher. He said, "Who am I? There are hundreds and hundreds of cars that drive by 657 Boulevard each day. Maybe I'm in one. Look at all the windows you can see from 657 Boulevard. Maybe I am in one. Welcome, my friends, welcome. Let the party begin." And he signed his name, The Watcher.
Did these people ever go to the cops?
I believe so, and the cops had looked into it, but they couldn't trace anything on the letters. Like there was no fingerprints, no smears, no substances, nothing. And before I get into some more of these letters, there is a Netflix documentary of The Watcher. It's really good. I've seen it, but it's been a long time. But it's a really good show, and I suggest you guys watch it. So 2 weeks went by, and this couple received another letter. All of the windows and doors in 657 would allow me to watch and track you as you move through the house.
What?
Who am I? I am the Watcher, and I have been in control of 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now. So this goes back to the first letter. Part of the first letter, he said, "Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family? Or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and draw them to me."
And what letter was that?
That was part of the first one.
No way.
And any future letters, he referred them. Their last name was Broadus, Broadus. Well, he only referred, it
What
was
was it?
Maria and Derek.
Oh.
Broaddus.
I'm not even sure how to pronounce that.
I don't know, but he misspelled their last name and put Braddus, Braddus, and he used that in all of his letters, like purposely misspelled.
Oh boy.
This is part of another letter. "I am pleased to know your names now and the name of the young blood you have brought to me. You certainly say their names often."
So this is like somebody that's around. Like that's creepy.
But they don't know. The dude was literally never found at all. They don't know.
Like who possessed?
It could have been somebody.
No.
Anyhow, I have a couple more letters. Where was I?
I have no idea.
So they didn't immediately move into this house. They did renovations while they were living with the wife's mother.
Okay.
And so they were out of the house for weeks while these renovations were going on.
So he had to have
Well,
gone
when they went and checked, there was a letter. 657 Boulevard is anxious for you to move in. It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Have you found all the secrets it holds yet? Will the young blood play in the basement? Or are they too afraid to go down there alone? I would be very afraid if I were them. It is far away from the rest of the house. If you were upstairs, you would never hear them scream.
What?
The letter continues and says, "The house is crying from all the pain it is going through. You have changed it and made it so fancy. You are stealing its history. The cries for the past and what used to be in the time when I roamed its halls. The 1960s were a good time for 657 Boulevard when I ran from room to room, imagining the life with the rich occupants there. The house was full of life and young blood. Then it got old, and so did my father. But he kept watching until the day he died, and now I watch and wait for the day when the young blood will be mine again.
That's just creepy. Did anything ever like the kids never? I don't know. Like they didn't get hurt
Not that I remember.
Okay.
The couple ended up moving and selling it.
because of that reason.
I got three more letter parts.
Ugh.
Okay. So here's another part. I pass by many times a day. 657 Boulevard is my job, my life, my obsession, and now you are too. Welcome to the product of your greed. Greed is what brought the past 3 families to 657 Boulevard, and now it has brought you to me.
Greed. It brought greed.
Yeah. So before they sold the house, they ended up renting it out. And the watcher sent a letter to the renters.
Oh.
It says, to the vile and spiteful Derek and his wench of a wife, Maria. You wonder who the watcher is? Turn around, idiots. Maybe you even spoke to me, one of the so-called neighbors who has no idea who the watcher could be. Or maybe you do know and are too scared to tell anyone. Good move. So the police department investigated. The county prosecutor's office investigated. A private investigator investigated, and the couple themselves investigated and tried to find out who this guy was.
And couldn't.
Never could find it.
That's creepy.
It's still open. The investigation isn't active, but it is still open to this day.
Does anybody live in that house?
I am not sure.
No way.
But I do have a picture of the house.
No
It's a
way.
really crappy picture, but hold on. Oh, I gotta put it up over here, don't I?
No way.
It's a really pretty house, actually.
Oh, I'm sure 6 bedrooms.
Okay, I'll put window cap. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can.
So
It's
yeah.
pretty.
Yep. That's the house.
That's just no.
But I definitely suggest watching the Netflix show.
Series on it? Cool.
Yeah, it'll show you. If I remember correctly, it'll show you the actual letters.
That's creepy.
And I think they did interviews with the owners.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, so mine's next.
So that was the watcher.
My last one is next. So I have the Bell Witch. This is what they call her.
The Bell Witch.
It is a real story. It's a 19th century American legend from Tennessee. It's a malevolent spirit that tormented the Bell family from 1817 to 1821. The events include strange noises, physical attacks, and disembodied voices, with some claiming that it was coming for the death of John Bell Sr. by poisoning. The spirit was allegedly the entity of Kate Bates, or Bats, excuse me, Bats, a neighbor whom John Bell had a past dispute with. I'm not exactly sure the whole thing. I don't care what anyone says. No. No. None of it. I actually have a short video on this. I know it says 43 down there, but it's really not. A couple of things. I mean, it is, the whole video is, but it'll give you a taste of like certain things. Like, they actually do like a whole entire tour. Like, I guess it's going on like right now because of the season for a lot of people that celebrate Halloween. There's a cave, and in this cave they would store their like their canned goods because of the temperature and everything else. But I guess in this cave the kids would also have picnics, and there was also like some kind of creek where they would fish. So the kids were constantly in and out of that. But they actually have it locked because I guess that's where a lot of activity happens. So they say. Don't know, but so they say.
From generation to generation in the town of Adams, Tennessee. And it's gone viral. It has all the elements of a classic ghost story. An old haunted house, furniture moving on its own, eerie sounds, and strange voices that come from nowhere. It's more than enough to convince anyone their home is possessed.
Let me tell you a little bit about the Bell House. In 1817, according to legend, the Bells began to experience a phenomenon they called the spirit. The neighbors called it a witch, and it began to torment the family, in particular, John Bell and his youngest daughter, Betsy. John Bell had a lot of health problems, and they blamed that on the spirit. He lost his shoes at times. They just literally fly off his feet, and they'd have to retrieve them. Betsy was slapped, had her covers removed at various times, had her hair tied in knots around the bedpost.
Betsy seemed to be targeted more than the other children and would have experiences during the night of being slapped, being pinched, her hair being torn. She would scream out in the middle of the night, and the family would see to her. When visitors would come and spend the night to see if these stories were actually true, they too would experience this.
John, at times, could not talk. It was as if he had a stick crossways of his mouth. And then he would get better. This went on for about 2 or 3 years, until finally, on the 19th of December, 1820, John Bell became extremely sick. The doctor was called. It was determined that he had been poisoned. They were beginning to wonder who did this. Did somebody in the family poison John Bell? Did Betsy do this? Did the neighbor do this? And all of a sudden, they hear the voice that they've heard so often in the house. And the spirit, as they call it, said, "I killed old John. I fixed his medicine last night, gave him a big dose of it, and he'll never get up out of that bed." And John Bell died.
I've come to the conclusion that something definitely did happen. I've seen a letter, a handwritten letter from 1820, the year John died, of 2 boys riding home to their mother on their trip to see the angel at the Bell House. And they were able to get to the house, and the first night they said nothing happened, and the second night it happened, and said, "Mom, it's not an angel, it's the devil."
And this is part of the legend that continues on through the years. The Bell family is still here in Robertson County, and it has a bloodline that exists till to today. And because of that, the story just keeps getting passed generation to generation and is kept alive.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Bob Bell is one of those descendants. He has
Isn't
no
that funny as
doubts
a
his
funeral
family's
home?
stories are true. Like his 5th great-grandfather, John, Bob has also been a target inside his own home.
I had just gotten ready to get in the bed, and everything was really quiet then. And then I heard at the end of that hall, the double doors slam shut, both doors. And one of them latches, so they had to be unlatched, and they had to slam them shut. And there was footsteps came down the hall and stopped at my door, and the hair on my neck stood up. And me not being superstitious, I thought somebody was in the house. You know, I thought we had an intruder, and I was truly scared. That's probably the most scared I've ever been. So I went downstairs, I went to our gun cabinet, and I found a .45. I loaded it, put a round in the chamber, and I had it cocked. I was gonna shoot somebody. And I went room to room, SWAT team style, and took me about a half hour to go through the whole house because there's 2 sets of stairs. And I went back and forwards and looked everywhere in that house. There was nobody there. No. And I slept with the door locked, pistol by the bed, and my light on.
Many people believe the Bell Witch that stalked John Bell and his family isn't just an old legend. It's still around. Other people in Adams and Robertson County also have had close encounters with the spirit. Most happen inside a network of caves once used for cold storage by farmers in the region. These dark, out-of-the-way caves can be dangerous places, but are perfect locations for paranormal activity. Cave explorers and casual visitors are warned not to enter unprepared. The most popular cave in the area is the one on the old Bell family farm. Most visitors who go there won't cross paths with the Bell Witch or any other spirit, but they could end up even worse off, cornering a wild animal in its lair.
No, of course it's on their farm.
Many of our local ghost stories have begun in caves. Voices, orbs, just about anything you can name has been supposedly heard. And a few years ago, in the last 15 or 20 years.
So there's also like a guy, this gentleman, he was going around. Let me see if I can.
To be greatly alarmed. On a trip from the river and from the cave one day, Betsy saw a little girl hanging from the tree, and she talked to Betsy and told her that she shouldn't marry her boyfriend, Joshua Gardner. So caves are so important to the legend and the story of the Bell Witch in Robinson County.
I was teaching a local history class for Volunteer State Community College. And the guy that owned the cave, he asked me if I had ever been to the cave, which I had not. And so we go down to the cave, and we go about 250 feet back, and I got up on this ledge with this gentleman to see some Indian drawings or whatever, and the lights go out. And this is 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Nope.
And I have 10 or 11 history students in there. So we grope ourselves back out of the cave, and we get to the entrance of the cave. The lights come back on. Now, my son, who was, let's say, 79, so say about 6 or 7 years old, I wouldn't let him go. So I made him stay with the lady upstairs. So I assumed that she had done something with the lights. He said she didn't move.
Pioneer and farmer John Bell is buried here in the Bellwood Cemetery, along with many of his descendants.
That's the weird part. Like, that's just creepy. But I guess there's been a couple. So I actually want to. This guy goes around and collects, like, he tries to find people that were buried in the woods and give them an actual proper burial.
Couldn't do it. One morning about 3 o'clock, it was in July, I woke up, I'd had a dream. And I dreamed about a small grove of trees. And I couldn't get that away from my mind. I kept going right back to it. And about the middle of the morning, I thought, I know where that is. So I went in this place, and it's grown over with poison ivy and honeysuckle. So I cut all the vegetation away and scraped the dirt off of it, and I had on a glove, and so I rubbed it off, and it said Frank R. Miles. I gently put it back down, covered it back over, and left. I thought, this is not normal. At that point, I thought, some things are better left alone, so just leave it alone. So I stopped my pursuit of locating where anyone else was buried.
There was kids
I was coming home one night, and me and my kids, and there was this, I don't know what it was. I can't tell you. It wasn't a cat. It wasn't a panther. It wasn't a dog. But I was driving, and this animal come toward my car, and it was pure black and had red eyes. That's all I can tell you.
Hellhound.
I don't know what it was. I'd never seen anything like it before. And it just kind of come toward me and then darted off, and I never saw nothing of it.
Our phone rang, and it was my grandmother who was really distraught, and she talked to my father, and she wanted him to come down as soon as possible. We went to China, every single piece came out.
I think it's this part. Well, anyway, there's been kids that try to remove John Bell's headstone or whatever from the woods, and it never fails. Leaving the site, not even a mile away, they wreck pretty bad. So, I mean, that's creepy in itself. But that's all I got on the Bell Witch. So,
why would you try to remove a headstone?
I don't know why. Why would they? I don't know. There's a couple people that like to move people that have been buried in the woods, so on and so forth. Like they move them. I get that. Same way with it's really big. When they put up developments and there's a graveyard there, they'll build the houses on it, but they're just moving headstones to a smaller area. You ain't digging up those bodies. You ain't fooling anybody. Like I would hope people actually know that.
Well,
Just
so
saying.
the last one is Bloody Mary. I tried to find a lot of videos on Bloody Mary. There's a lot of people, turning off the light and writing something. Just a lot of edits. Like, not one video shows the complete, facing the light switch. You know what I mean? But we all know if supposedly the legend is you say Bloody Mary 3 times in a dimly lit bathroom in front of a mirror. Bloody Mary's supposed to show up, blow out the candle or whatever, and like kill you, stab you, whatever. So the tale is in the 1800s, there was a young girl named Mary. An illness washed over the place where she lived, making people drop dead after a short period of time.
Wasn't this over in
Physicians
England?
couldn't.
Does it
I
say?
don't know. No, it doesn't.
Because I know the story that I heard, it originated from England.
So physicians couldn't find a pulse, or they put a mirror under her nose, or they put a mirror under the nose of the seemingly dead to see if there was condensation, from them breathing. So sometimes the fallen would be easily assumed to be dead. In that case, of people who were pronounced dead but weren't, it happened quite often. So people would put small holes in their coffins and then put a piece of string, and it was attached to a bell. So if somebody woke up, they could pull the string, ring the bell, somebody would come dig you up.
Yeah, this did happen over in England. This originated from England, yeah.
The bell would hang on a stick by the homes of the deceased. So Mary became bedridden and slowly died. And she was laid in a coffin and, buried. But she, this says she wasn't to be buried under just yet. It would be easier to unnail the coffin she was put away in. She did have a bell and a string. Her parents never left the house wishing that Mary would awake and ring the bell. Her parents left, and a neighbor came and started filling her grave, put the string in, the bell, whatever. The neighbor said his condolences and left, right? So not soon after the neighbor left, so the parents are gone, the neighbor's gone. She pulled her string. The string was never heard from her parents, and the neighbor was too far away to ever hear it. She pulled and pulled the string until the bell fell, and so did the stick. It says that she started to claw and scratch at the coffin until her fingers bled. and she actually did die in the coffin. So the parents came home and they realized that the bell, instead of being by the house, was yards away. And her dad called for his wife, and they both dug up her grave. So when they dug up the coffin, they unlatched it, and they found Mary in a petrified state. Her hands were claws, and they were covered in blood, as well as her white dress she was buried in was covered in blood. They put a mirror under her nose to see if her breasts would show, as you know, the doctors did. Condensation was shown on the mirror, but she was clearly dead. Her spirit is said to. That would suck. It said that her spirit is attached to the mirror. So now whenever somebody says Bloody Mary 3 times, she comes and claws at whoever summons her. And like I said, I mean, you can try to look up videos, but a lot of them are people trying to be funny. You know, it's a lot of people do it on Halloween. So I don't think that there's one video that films an entire bathroom or security camera footage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it shows the whole bathroom.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people do that.
Can you just imagine, like, suffocating to death?
I couldn't imagine being presumed dead and then relying on a string attached to a bell.
I'd be dead from an anxiety or panic attack. I'm just gonna be real. My anxiety and panic disorder would take over so quick. I would hyperventilate and pass out. I would. It's just creepy. Ugh. But that wraps it up. Whoever joined us, whoever watched this till the end, thank you for watching us. It wasn't probably the best. Next week, it's looking like we did a poll. So what we have
if you guys
coming...
aren't following our Facebook page,
yes,
so
follow it, hit a like on here, and do that. At the moment, in the lead, it is weird things and would you rather. So that would be our topics for next week, which is the 5th, correct? The 5th? Is it the 5th? The 5th? And it's
like
yeah,
that.
and it's looking like the following week after that. So in 2 weeks, on the 12th, it will be grisly crimes and true crimes. So really disgusting murders that people don't really know about, or it was in the thing. So it all has to do with like really bad crimes, so on and so forth. Whimsical Whims will be back next week. Because this went way longer than what I even expected it to be. But it is what it is. But thank you for tuning in. If you do all those fun activities for Halloween, I don't celebrate it. But if you do, please be safe. Please don't be stupid, because guess what? Play a stupid game, win a stupid prize. Just saying.
Remember to lock your doors tonight.
Oh man, I'm sleeping with my lights on. Screw that. But come next week, I will actually be fully ready to be filming in West Virginia. So I will be fully in West Virginia this coming week. But thank you for tuning in. We will catch you all next week. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend, and stay unplugged, Connor.
Bye, guys.